Hey Patreon, once again guys, thank you for your support. My apologies for not putting out more content for you guys. I actually basically was shut down. I live in the Tampa Bay area, and as a result, I was unable to do any kind of uploads and anything like that because I was out of powder for several days. But I wanted to go ahead and provide you guys with some type of a scheme. Recently, I started playing regs again, and was forced to actually use the Houston Texans playbook. So I want to show you just a mini scheme that I put together based off of three different tight formations. Tight Y off is going to be our base formation. We have the tight Y off weak, and then another formation we'll be looking at is going to be this tight Y off flex. This has got some pretty good running plays in it. So the primary formation I'm going to use out of the huddle is going to be the tight Y off. We have the following audibles. We have the tight end corner. We have inside zone, the red zone scissors. This is the only play I'm going to swap out. It originally was this play action go slot cross. I don't really care for this play too much, so I'm going to go ahead and use the choice pivot return. This is a good man beater. If someone jumps into man coverages or man blitzes, you can light someone up for a touchdown with the choice pivot route. The other formation we'll take a look at is going to be the tight Y off. I like to go ahead and replace out the top audible with the bench hammer concept. We're going to leave inside zone, spot Y, middle is going to be the same. And then here's a play that I just threw into the scheme. This is a play I'm going to run stock. I'm not going to touch anything at all. It's going to be the slot cross. You got that inside whip, which really complements the other inside whip on the opposite side, which is going to be the tight end corner. So I like having that as a way to really annoy my opponent. Now, the other formation we take a look at is going to be this tight Y off flex. I'm going to leave stick spacing in there, halfback dive, we're going to leave in there, and then the shallow cross. But the play that I want to add into the scheme is going to be the wide zone. So this is going to be more of a running formation because I'm going to have an outside zone and a halfback dive, which is an inside zone, and then I have a couple plays I can throw into the pass plays. But for the most part, we're going to leave everything in there. Let's go ahead and just see if there's any kind of like good pass play that we could probably throw in. I would probably throw some type of a deep crossing route here, but deep play action outs, I just don't like how that play develops. I'd rather do something like this, but having that auto motion is going to give a tell against your opponent, so I'm going to leave that out. Now, out of the huddle, I'm going to come out of the this formation, which is going to be the tight Y off, and then I have basically an inside zone as one of my base audibles. So my other option for run play is going to be the 0-1 trap, and that's nice to have in your back pocket. We're going to run against nickel defenses. Let's see, basically nickel defenses because a lot of players will use that. Now, the 0-1 trap is better when the center is not covered. Generally what happens is the blocking assignment's a little bit cleaner. So if you have an opponent that plays with an open type box, 0-1 trap will work. But you can see how those guys get to a higher level. So we'll actually give you some opportunities to go ahead and get some pretty good yards. You could use the inside zone. It's a little bit more predictable. And you can see right here, 78's got a guy off his hip, and then you've got a double team over the defensive tackle, and one of those guys will probably peel up to the next level with the zone play. And if you wanted to go the opposite direction, you could. So we could switch into this gun tight wide off. Go ahead and quickly jump into that particular play if you wanted to get the numbers advantage with the inside zone. So you have to be conscious of it, that as you switch your play, your opponent can obviously make an adjustment on that. Here, let's go ahead and take a look at the other plays right here. So we've got the single back tight Y off, quick, easy, audible to get to. And if you jump into an inside dive, basically this is going to give you an opportunity to go ahead and attack your opponent on the inside. And then if we got a really condensed line, defensive line, you can go into the zone play. And you can see if you count the box, most of these guys are going to get stretched to the outside, so you can go to the outside. So if you got a guy that actually starts closing up his box, you can actually go ahead and jump into the outside zone. And what's cool about this good play is that you can flip it either side. And you can see how you can get to the outside against your opponent with that particular run. So here's your scheme. That's your three-headed rushing attack. You've got two inside zones, and then you've got a dive play, and then you got a wide play with your scheme. Now, here's the play that I fell in love with because I had a guy who's playing a lot of cover 3 blitzes against me. This play in particular, you got your inside whip route. We can hit that all day long. I don't even look at the other progressions. I just look for the inside whip. So if I do see someone actually, using any kind of blitzing routes, I can go ahead and hit that. And then you've also got this route on the back side, which essentially is going to be that little angle route. So these are fast little routes in the inside of the formation, inside the numbers. And it is really, really hard to stop. And if he comes into like a really aggressive man blitz, you can hit that little whip route. Now, what I've actually bundled onto this scheme is this new play right here, is the slot cross. I've never seen this play before. It might be new to the scheme, but what you got is you got another inside whip that really gets vertical and out to the outside. So your opponent might be caught off guard with that. So that's what I really like about it. So really, we're going to watch the defender over Rell, see what happens with them, and we're just going to go and throw that ball. One problem with that particular route too is that you can get poached by a defender that would be over Schultz. So if he does get over Schultz, you can probably go ahead and try to throw that tight end route. So it's almost kind of like a high-low type situation. We're going to watch Rell and the defenders over him. And if a guy doesn't hit that right away, you can always do that. You can always also throw the ball as quick as he gets into his cut. So you can see right here, he's going to kind of stick right there and come back to the ball. So if the defender's floating up and not pressing him, you can go ahead and throw that really quick. Let's see if Schultz gets over the top. Nope, but I love this route combination over the top that you can throw. So what's cool about this particular route combination is you've got this crosser that's got inside leverage, and it's going to get across the field really quick against any kind of a cover 3. This is like a rolling cover 3 type coverage. So we can look at this guy right here. We can throw that immediately, pick up an easy 5 or 6 yards. My next progression is going to be this route right here. If the defenders actually get wide, you can just throw it right over the top. I'm not even looking off on the back side, which has got this unique little out route by the running back that gets cleared out, that you can go and hit your opponent on the other side too. So that's what I love about this particular concept here, this particular play. We'll come back to it again, but I just want to kind of show you this. So you got this table, so you can just really abuse your opponent. You're just stretching them horizontally. You've got that crossing route over the top that can get him really mess with his head. Now, one of the plays I like to put in this scheme is bench hammer, and I like to set it up like so. I like to streak up my tight end, and then I actually drag up my wide receiver Collins. My first read is going to be the tight end, and he's going to be my alert. I'll throw that ball if no defender follows him or lets him go, gets past him. So that's going to be like my first setup and my first read. I do not like to deal in this particular concept. Really what I'm looking for too is this high-low read off the back underneath. So let me just kind of show you what I'm looking at right here. I'm looking at this guy right here. I'm going to see if a defender follows back. You see how he follows back. And now I've got basically a high-low read, and I've got this guy in conflict. He's got to choose who he wants to cover. If he comes down to this route, I can always hit this route over the top because these guys are clearing out the deep blue defenders. So this is it is a play that I have been using a lot in this game. And I like to quickly jump into it. And you can see how this route could be huge if you attack your opponent with that little drag route underneath. So this is a play that you saw me in gameplay previously use. Here's another play that I like to use, and it's really out to attack the right side because you got a unique like corner stop route. I'm going to go and flat up this guy, and what is cool about this particular play is that all I really have to do is just make one read, and I know where I'm going to go with the ball. So when I got the spot route, I can go ahead and if I wanted to, I can complement a slant route on the back side just to give myself another person. But what I'm really looking for is if a defender goes out and plays it flat, I'm going to go up to that little spot route, corner route in the back side. So let's go ahead and set this up once again. set this up. Now, see, I should have dropped it down underneath, but I just didn't make that adjustment. But you can see how that that route works pretty well. Now, if I wanted to, I can do a slant route on the backside. It actually gives me just another progression to read. But really what you want to do is try to attack that flat, force your opponent to go ahead and defend the flats. This is it's gonna stretch your opponent vertically with these schemes. And then you're going to have over-the-top reads that you can do against your opponent too. So we have a slant on the backside right here. And this actually kind of opens up that side too. If he doesn't have that, if he has some type of a flooding concept over here on the backside. The slot cross, once again, we've already taken a look at this bench inside zone. Let's go ahead and take a look at this play. The red zone scissors, I love this play. Is kind of a way to hit this unique route by the running back. So this is how I like to set it up. It gives me easier, faster progressions. If I anticipate I can hit the seam, I'll run it stock, because this guy is going to kind of get a little bit leverage on that. I just got rid of that ball. I actually forced that ball in there. So let's go ahead and see. So is it a too high shell? All right, so we've got a guy blitzing right there. That's going to open up the zone. And I've got the corner route. So this is how I like to set this up. And let me go ahead and just kind of reset this whole concept. I like to streak up the tight end, and I like to go and put the wide receiver in the flat. I look at my first progression is the flat defender and seeing if that defender falls back into deep zone, or if he comes down and plays the ball. If he comes down and plays the ball, I'm going to watch for the running back route. So now he comes down, and see how this running back route gets available. The timing of that running back route, you have to work on that a little bit, or at least I do. But what this does is it kind of opens up this concept. So you can see right here, I'm going to pick 5 or 6 yards. I'll take it. That's my whole thing, is that I'm going to steal yards when I get an opportunity to do that. So similar concept right here. Guys fall back. And you can see in that zone right there, you actually can hit that running back route and be able to get some pretty easy yards with it. So defender floats up, running back, and if I can hold on to the pass a little bit longer against man coverages, that running back can become a huge play for you. Now you also have got a levels concept on the back side of it, similar to the bench hammer. So it's nice to have this kind of in your arsenal, and you'll be used to throwing that concept on the backside if you wanted to too. So that's what's cool about this good play. So that's why I do like having it in my scheme. It is attacking off to the right. Now I want to show you this play. I'm going to choose a new play. I'm going to show you like a man blitz or zero blitz. So let's go ahead and jump into this, and we're going to run this against cover. Let's go with cover 0. Right, so if I see cover 0, if a guy's running a lot of cover 0 against me, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this play, which is going to be the choice pivot. So what I like to do is I like to drag up the tight end, and the reason I do that is that it's going to clear up my zone a little bit easier, and it's going to allow me to go ahead and stretch my opponent horizontally and vertically at the same time. So let me kind of show you this and why this is such a great play against zero blitzes, and why this will get you touchdowns. I've had numerous touchdowns off this play last year. I'm going to use this guy for a dragging route. So you could see 5 guys are coming in. There is an one high safety. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to this dragging route by the tight end, and I've also got this option route right here, and then I've got a corner route right here. So really what I want to do is I could pretty much focus on either one of these 2 routes, and I can hit the corner on the backside. If I wanted to block my running back, I could, because he's really not a route that's really doing anything for me. So let's go ahead, jump into choice pivot. I'm going to set this up. You can see how you can get yourself an opportunity for a big play like that. Now I think what happens is when I block my running back, it takes away one of the responsibilities of pass coverage, so it doesn't open things up like we want to. But this will basically give you an opportunity to hit these deep corner routes. against anybody that runs man blitzes against you. And it's pretty easy to read. What I love about that route is this route right here. If you got a guy that can throw a ball in the pocket like that, you can get touchdowns, and it stretches your opponent horizontally. He's gonna have to pick up one of those guys because basically this little crossing route would be very hard to you got that little drag route, and then he's got to hit the little crossing route on the backside. So this is why I have this into the scheme. And this is what gives me touchdowns right here. That particular route right there gives me touchdowns. Let's go back into the running plays against this. So let's see here. If I wanted to sprinkle in some good man beaters, I can do that with spacing stick. And what I like to do with spacing stick is the following. I like to go ahead and do deep curls. And what this does is it just gives me a quick curl that I can hit against my opponent in the middle of the field. And I can do it on the opposite side. Obviously, you're going to have fast reads like that, so you got to be conscious of that. You could do a hitch as an option. I like the curls just because I like a little bit more depth, and I want to get those other defenders cleared out. The only problem with really aggressive man blitzes in this particular scheme is that it takes a little time for these routes to develop, but they do have inside leverage, and you can throw either side of the field. So that's what I do like about it. Here's the last play that we'll take a look at: shallow cross. Collins' route is money. Nice little crossing route. A lot of times what happens is against other types of defenses, it just gets basically clear. Diggs' route takes a little bit too much time for some type of a zero blitz like this. But here's another little crossing route that you can throw underneath. It's a hot read. And also you've got that little stick over the middle of the field with the tight end. And that deep post. So a lot of times I just like to run this thing, stock, just kind of go with it that way. So once again, guys, thanks for support. I just wanted to pull this out for you, just kind of let you know. I'm working on some blocking videos with inside zone where I'm actually studying different fronts and saying, okay, these are the areas you want to go with inside zone. But I wanted to get you up to speed. Once again, thanks for support, guys. Until next time.